like any city, okay? But trust me, all that was planned. Just like the 60s and 70s, they dropped the drugs in our community. That's a fact. They broke up the gangs and made us rival. That's a fact. I met some of the biggest gang leaders in Chicago in the 60s and 70s. They had a truce. The powers broke it up because ain't no benefit in peace. And they deliberately had this crap going every year. So like I told my listeners a little while ago, they done went from the black ghetto communities, well, a lot of us were trying to make it. But with the integration, the doctors, the lawyers, the chemists, the people who own businesses, they left. So the damage of integration is that money leaves your community, so now you're fighting over scraps. And I'm not knocking poor people. What I'm saying is that if you're gonna build a community, you push the development that's already there and make it work. But the civil rights leaders, what do? They say integrate. So now plan B was to do what? Drop the drugs, drop the guns, tell the women you don't need no man, make the projects, have bastard children, push Superfly, push Shaft, push all the stupid movies, give me a few rappers, put your head to the side, sag, call women, we the only race that call our women B's and H's, and we want every other race to respect us. Make that make sense. So it's easy to say that 4 black men came down here and acted a fool because we allegedly doing it in our own community.
Say that.
It's easy to sell it, but I ain't buying it because I'm from the hood, 83rd and Alice. I grew up. I knew Mr. Ford. He was the head of the Black Peace Stone Nation. He lived in my building. I knew the gangbangers. I knew the Peace Stone Nation. A lot of them brothers was good. They give out turkeys for Thanksgiving and Christmas. They do a lot of positive stuff. All gangs ain't bad. Well, I'll put it to you like this. I'm not gonna go there. The goal is this. The goal is to take it from our community to this, because the thing is worldwide fear. That's what they want. They want to profit from fear because they want our rights. They've been doing it overseas for decades. It's America's turn. They can't beat us because we got our rights. But if they divide us, which they've been doing, if they fool us, which they're slowly doing, and if they cause fear, we're going to give up all of our rights, including our weapons. They already got us fighting each other. Black men, black women, we can't get along.
Mm-hmm. What do you think about the details of who they said the shooter was? It sounds very, very vague, right?
And it always is. You can go back 10 years. It's almost the same story, different street, late at night, same crap. 4 black men get out the car, sprayed the place up, ain't found nobody. Same story. And I'm like, come on, man, get a little script.
How is it possible you think they didn't find them?
Man, because it ain't real. It ain't real. How blunt can I be? The stuff ain't real. Either they in on it or it's a joke. Look, we black here. Let's just keep it real. You know good and well we measure our crime. You got to be a special kind of stupid on cocaine and broke to come into one of the most affluent neighborhoods in Chicago and do that.
Right.
You talking about the penitentiary. Trump already got Alex Island already set up. Black folks read the news. In Florida, they just opened up Alligator Island.
Yes.
We know what's going on. We don't want to go there. So now we gonna risk everything what we got to shoot up a female rapper?
Right.
Come on, man, that story don't make no sense. What's the benefit? I can see if you held up First National Bank and you got a couple of million, then you going down for something big. I'm not saying she ain't got no value, but she a brand new rapper. What's the value in shooting that up? There's no value, so the story makes no sense. It's a non-story. So what is the story? The story is fear. I'm going to bring the same fear and the T word that they don't want us to use, T-E-R-R, that they done brought in the black community for generations.
Say that.
And bring it to every community so that we can surrender this thing. It's called freedom.
Another thing, they don't really like us down here.
No.
So what better way to get rid of us from down here than letting something happen and then saying you guys shouldn't be down here? Because you're not going to reopen this place.
Yeah, who would? Who would? Look. First of all, it's an economy killer. Let's keep it real. And they already got statistics. We don't don't have the buying power or the political power that we need. So you already hurt your money. Once you get a reputation where you don't feel protected as an owner, like this is the Dunkin' Donuts. Most Dunkin' Donuts is 24 hours. Most gas stations are 24 hours. Okay? Most Walgreens, when you get this type of violence, it's an economy killer. So who's gonna hurt the most? Who has those jobs? Black people, poor white, poor Latinos. So why the hell you gonna hurt your own people? It makes no sense. If you didn't learn anything from 5 years ago, when it comes down to a crisis, we the first one to get hurt. How do I know? They call him essential. What the hell is essential? Oh, we not, because they didn't let our businesses stay open, did they? So who stayed open? All the bigs. They made millions of dollars. Everybody else had a mask on and kept their butt inside. We got to understand economics and how it's done. It's a war. Because we outnumber them, they have to out-strategize us. They give us a checkerboard with a monopoly, but they playing chess.
For all the people that are kind of slow, just break it down in 2 sentences what you really think happened in the most vague way you can.
It was planned. Just like the war in the Middle East. It's been planned. I decode for a living. Look, let me tell you something. Last week, when Trump said they don't know what the F they doing, I decoded that. You know what it came out to? It came out to 622. What was that? That's the day we bombed them. June 22nd. See, I understand how they think and what they, I understand the numbers. You can go on my site. God give me
Gematria?
a gematria.
Yeah.
The whole sentence, I put in a gematria calculator, it came out to 622. And that's the day we bombed them. That's a mathematical improbability. The whole world is Googled by numbers.
Yeah.
A lot of people run from it, but God set everything up. First day, second day, third day. He set everything up by numbers. But see, the evil people know how the system works, and they run it right in our face, and we can't put it together. Because we don't know. That don't make us bad people, we just don't know. And they have kept it ignorant, so they keep with the devices of black against white, man against woman, you know what I'm saying? Classism. I tell a story about Moses every now and then. People look at Moses and say, look, Moses used to live with Pharaoh back in the day. He pulled away from it. So when he said, let my people go, it was more than just culture. It was more than just color. It was economics. Because if I'm slaving every day, and I'm making brick and making you palaces, I ain't got time to pray for my God to lift him up. So who was they worshiping? The snake that was on his head, that's the sun god Ra. The same sun god Ra that they worshiped in the past, that's what they bring in today. But what is Trump pointed at? The golden age. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. And the only way to get that golden age is to scare you into it. Because we know good and well we did the snake thing back in Adam and Eve. We done that. So now you gotta beguile me. We gotta beguile me another way. See, God gave us power. We might share the space because sin came into the world, but God gave us power to give us authority. So we have to use that daily basis, stay close to him so we can see the game. The game is being played every day on us. So that's where we at. They're gonna keep doing this because, look, they're gonna probably try to pull it off this year.
So what now though? What do we?
I just did in my last video. That's it. I tell black people, stop thinking black only. They've already penetrated our neighborhoods. The goal is to penetrate everything. If you want to make it as a black person, you got to spread out your options, baby. You ain't got no white enemies. You ain't got no Asian enemies.
But what's called Jabez, the prayers Jabez is Jabez. He prayed that his borders he be expanded. Said, large in my territories, large, so you're right, we do.
We're going to have to, because it's a survival mechanism. Look, again, not to disrespect women. If you believe the word, God made man in his image. From that, he took the rib after he put him to sleep. Because God got the patent on creation. Why do you think he put him to sleep? Just to take the rib out? No, he don't want man to know who he is. He said, I am. If Adam was alive watching him construct it, he might have wanted to do the same thing. How do I know? That's what Satan did up in heaven. He saw how everything was created and said, what? I want to be like the Most High. Think about it. So he put Adam to sleep. So he could never think to that point, I can be that so he don't lose his blessing. Satan mad at us. He gave us dominion over a world. He wants this kingdom. But we got to be smart and we got to endure it. So to answer your question, blacks got to be smart. We got to save. We got to inform those who want to be saved and informed. But I hate to tell you, there's casualties in this thing. Not only did they put the drugs and weapons in our community, the biggest thing they put in our community was division. And it's hard to overcome that. And so you're going to probably have 25, 30% casualty. They want that statistic in all of America. Because as long as they have the ghetto fabulous, as long as they can project that image on the silver screen, they know good and well we're going to emulate that thing. Especially when over 60% of all of our big cities have no man in the household looking for direction. If God made you in his image, it's in your innate nature to want to find that which created you. So you steady want to be like that. What did Tupac say? I get more love out in the street. But he take a whole family to try to replace what he feeling inside. But then he's 6 feet under as a result, because he never came into the knowledge of the truth. The rappers are looking. So the enemy already knows what you're searching for. He just gonna give you a substitute for what you need. And we falling for the same trick every generation. That's all I got to say.